Okay guys, I don't know how to do this anymore. I really feel like my camera is moving. My phone is on a tripod, but my tripod is on top of my bed. I'm not sure why I'm doing that, but my tripod is on top of the bed, and every time I speak, obviously because I'm moving, everything is shaking. Guys, I'm really sorry. This video is gonna be like all over the place. It's gonna be messed up. I really didn't plan it out. Whatever I'm gonna say is basically like, hey, it might not make sense. I need to breathe. How do I do this again? Okay, I'm not too sure if it's been 2 months or a month since I've been away from shooting or creating. Let me rather say creating. I haven't been creating content. Anyway, before we get right into it, as you guys can see by the title of this video, it's a little bit messy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, but most of you know me as Miss Rosie on all social media platforms. And if you're new here, welcome to the baby's channel. If you're a regular, hey, what's good, babies? I hope you guys are doing great. You guys have been great. You guys have been amazing. I don't want to lie. I've got a couple of DMs of when am I creating? Why aren't you text as well? Why aren't you creating? Why aren't you shooting videos? And it's about time that I, come out and be honest with you guys as to what has been going on. Yeah, we're gonna get right into it. But you guys know the drill. Wasting anyone's time is definitely not on brand. So let's get right into it. So in this video, I'm gonna be giving you guys a little bit of, I'm sorry guys, when you do makeup and then yeah, my nose is a little bit running. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of context as to why I wanted to create this video, actually have this conversation with you guys. Okay, it is obviously my personal experience, just to disclaimer, it is my personal experience as to everything that I'm going to be talking about. So I would really appreciate if somebody can actually keep their opinion, and I will accept your advices, like definitely accept that. I appreciate it as well. But also I feel like sometimes people are so scared to share their personal experience on YouTube or rather social media. They're scared of how other people are actually going to react to those, as to why you're sharing this with other people. It's not that deep, but like it's basically something that I've experienced in my life, and I'd like to share it with you guys. Probably there's someone else has experienced it and dealt with it some type of way. People deal with problems or issues in their lives differently, and I accept that. But someone might be getting an advice here, someone might be learning from it, someone might be going through it and don't know what to do, or like where to start, or how to be okay about it. But it has been a while since I've shot. I don't know how many times I've tried, but yeah, I hope this one is going to go up. Anyway, let's get right into it. So number one, I'm gonna state as to why I haven't creating. Number two, I'm gonna dab into life after varsity, and then number three, I'm gonna be talking about adulting and how it almost killed me. Okay, I didn't die, but like anyway, first and foremost, life after varsity. Okay, number one, we all know that, but how like when you grow up and your parents tell you, okay, no, you're gonna study, you're gonna graduate, and then after school you're gonna get a job. After getting a job, you're gonna get paid this amount of money that's gonna sustain you to get a new place, to get a new house, and whatnot and whatnot and whatnot. That's what we grow up being told, right? Is it real? Okay, number one, I think before getting to life after school, a lot of people have asked, do you think it is worth it to get a degree? I'm also gonna go through that as I'm speaking. And as I said, guys, it's really going to be all over the place, but it might make sense to other people. If it doesn't, please do comment in the comment section. I will respond to whatever question that you have. Okay, so for me, I studied for 4 years. Okay, finished. And guys, okay, so my first graduation obviously was based on getting an internship, right? So you get an internship so you can get experience, and then you graduate, and then whatnot. And if you want to further your studies, you can actually do that. You have the opportunity to do that. Fine. And in my mind, I was just like, okay, probably I'm going to get an internship and then, you know, get promoted, which I did, but I didn't accept the offer. But I'm not going to dabble into that as to why I didn't. But okay, so got my internship done and then studied again, right? Studying again because, you know, as I stated before, that you told, okay, you need to study, finish your degree and whatnot and whatnot. And you realize when you're in the industry that your first qualification might not be your ticket to, you know, like the reality that you have or the vision that you have of yourself or where you want to be. When we're studying, you get that idea of, okay, I'm going to study, and then you get, let's say for example, someone who's studying management. In your head, you're thinking you're going to be a manager. No, you're not. No. Let me tell you for free, you are not going to get out of school, graduate and become a manager. Doesn't work like that. Or manage whatever company, whatnot. It really doesn't work like that unless you have your own company or you're planning to open your own company. Okay, personally for me, studied, right, did my internship, studied again. And now when I studied again, obviously in my head I was like, I have experience already. I've worked in the industry. You know, I'm doing content creating, and my degree is actually like, you know, it's not far away from my career path or whatever that I want to do or whatever I'm furthering from in terms of my career, right? So in my head, I was just like, ah, come on, I have so much connection, so much network. I've built my brand, and it would be easier for me to actually get a job. And let me explain this. I know I said I would love to be a full-time content creator, and I'll explain to you as to why I wouldn't. It's not a bad thing. If people are doing it, it's really good. It's really great to do it. But personally, I wouldn't, because I love what I do and I love what I've studied. And I think it's where I want to be. But that's a story for another day. Okay, guys. When I study again, right, I'm going to obviously graduate. And then, I feel like I'm qualified. I felt that I was. No problem. When I didn't accept my offer of my internship was because I was really getting anxious, guys. I don't want to lie, that the workload was a lot. I was not dealing, I think because I was also studying and working at the same time, is a lot. It was a lot, but also the environment was not healthy. And I felt that if I stay, I will definitely not, you know, not cope. I will be obviously killing myself. Okay. Do I think I made a bad decision? No. Even if I didn't get a job for a couple of times, I still didn't feel like going back or, you know, asking for my job back. No. I told myself I am not going back there. After graduation now comes to looking for a job. You know, we're in South Africa, and finding a job is hard to get a job. It's really hard. And it's not because there's no jobs available. Probably they are not, but depending on your qualification as well. But it is really hard to get a job for me personally. Okay, now I applied. And in January, when I was at home, I obviously saved up a lot of money from content creation. Thank you so much, guys, for always supporting my content, sharing, commenting, doing the most. It's all you guys. Saved up a lot of money, and in my head I was like, okay, my plan is I might be doing content creation full-time this year, and the money that I've saved up will obviously sustain me for a couple of months before I can actually get campaigns. Now let me tell you guys this. Now I said, right, doing content creation full-time is not bad, but you need to understand that when you take the decision of being a content creation, you need to know how to handle money. You need to know how to save, because you might not be getting campaigns every month. So if you get a campaign this month, you know that you need to save this month's money and also pay your bills with this month's money and save up for the next month if possible, right? Depending on how many campaigns you got on that month. So for me, it was easier last year to actually save up that money because number one, I didn't have expenses. I was staying at school, and obviously I got my allowance from my parents. So because I'm a student, right? So it was easier for me to save up my money that I made so that whenever I need something or an emergency, whatever, I don't go back to them and be like, ish, I need money, you know, I have my own money saved up. No problem. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to, you know, move to Cape Town. I won't go back. I won't stay in PE because originally I'm from PE. I have money. You know, my brand is like there already. So for me, it is just like, it would be easier to just, you know, venture into the content creation career, right? Hey guys, found a place to stay. Luckily, it was not hard to actually get a place to stay. Got a place to stay. Now the problem started because of how finances were. Guys, when I tell you, it shifted from victory to I don't know what is going on in my life. Hi, Kisan. Kwaba, you mesmerized. Ever. Now, all the anditi, when you get a place, you need furniture. Those are things I didn't really look deep into, because in my head I was just like, and it feels like so easy because you're just thinking about it, you're visualizing something, you're not literally experiencing it. So now it got to a point where I was experiencing it. You need to get furniture, you need to get food, there's electricity, there's water, there's all of those things, right? So in my head I was just like, whatever I have now, I'll buy this and that, and then, you know, I'll grow every time, right? Now, when I got my place, I realized that staying alone is obviously not something I'm going to afford. So obviously I need to stay with someone. No problem. Then buying furniture, then everything, and then I realized zero in my bank balance. Now there's a problem. I don't have a job. I'm jobless. There's no campaigns coming in, right? I have expenses. Now, all of that would obviously like put you through a deep hole, because now you're like, okay, am I going to start over? Am I going to give up? Am I going to go home and just, you know, give it all up? Like whatever I have tried to build at this moment, where's this thing going to take me? How long is it going to take me to actually, you know, survive or come back to who I was? So it felt like everything was just falling off, and I was just like, yeah, ne. Now this is adulting. Now this is reality. Like, ipangwam. How am I going to solve this? I don't want to lie, I was in a dip end. I just felt I can't do it anymore. I don't know how many times I actually sat down and thought to myself, Sana, leave it all. When I was about to actually give up everything, I got a job, and I was happy when I got that job. But it was not a job in my industry. It was not a job in my career path, but it was a job. You know, when people say you work to survive, or you're doing it because you have to survive, it was actually that situation. And I didn't realize that I was in a very toxic environment. Guys, I will emphasize this. Anyway, let me continue. I realized that I was in a very toxic environment, and I stayed. I don't want to lie, I stayed, and I was, you know, obviously now building building me, getting to understand myself. Now realizing that I'm an adult, there's, you know, there's things that I need to do, there's things, I have bills to pay now. This is my life, and I cannot run away from it or shy away from it. I know a lot of people will be like, so why didn't you just, you know, go home, stay at home and whatnot? But I realize also being at home means that you're in your comfort zone. Now being in a comfort zone means that you don't feel stressed about building your career. You don't feel stressed about, you know, building yourself. You don't feel really pressured about, you know, putting yourself where you want to be, because obviously everything that you need, someone else is actually doing that for you. And I personally feel that I am not that type of person. Fine, ne? Got to that, moved on, got the job, and then I was just like, my life is not, I'm not happy. I am not myself anymore. You know, I'm just doing things for the sake of, you know, living, or, you know, just surviving in a way. And yes, I've spoken about this like to my family and my friends, and I've got like a couple of advices as well, which I really do appreciate. And the people that have been checking up on me when they do, I appreciate that as well. But I sat down with myself and I was realizing that sometimes we can be too hard on ourselves because, you know, we want things to work our way, whereas in life generally things don't really work our way. You are not, I'm not concluding that, but I want to tell you guys this: you are not going to work, and some people are lucky though. Some people are lucky enough to work, get a job and whatnot, but you're not gonna get a job where you're in a position that you can afford everything that you need. Now I'm gonna speak to this and say, am I gonna give up on YouTube? No. Am I gonna give up on content creation? Never. One stream of income will never sustain you. It will never take you where you want to be. Your salary alone is not enough. I'm gonna tell you for free. Your salary alone is definitely not enough. Don't let them lie to you. It's not enough. Anyway, moving along. So now, obviously, I'm in this situation and I felt that I'm going through anxiety, like I'm stressing, right? Because now obviously my bills are just going up, and then content creation needs money as well. So in my head I was just like, yo, I need money to do this and that and that and that and that, and I can't do this. And I felt like I'm losing myself because now I'm not doing the things that I love. I'm not able to, you know, be happy as much as I was happy like for about a day or two, and then other than that I realized I need to face reality. You wake up and, you know, do what you gotta do. So in my head I was just like, yo, Asana, I am not myself. And I kept on having this conversation with my friends. I was like, I don't feel like myself at all this year. I really don't feel like I'm doing the things that I love, or when I'm doing something I'm actually really happy about doing that thing. I'm not saying it's bad to be comfortable, but sometimes you just need that, you know, comfortability, that assurity that, you know, the things that you need will be done, or you're constantly stressing about, you know, getting things done. You won't go on delay. Okay guys, now the job hunting didn't stop. I hunted for a job, and I was freelancing as well while I was working. I realized that I was doing two jobs at once. Now that was the hardest thing ever, because obviously I don't have my life. The only thing that I'm doing, I wake up, I work late, I'm actually working as well. So it was just like, how do I get my life to balance? Because right now I'm straining myself and it's not right. Gave up one job and I was like, it's time to go. And now giving up that one means that I'm obviously depending on one salary. Is it enough to sustain my bills, to sustain myself? A tricky question. It was not. And creating content, why am I not creating content? Why am I not, you know, creating YouTube videos? I just felt like I just needed time to myself. I needed time to be okay about where I'm at. I needed time to realize that even though I'm going through these things, I'm not alone. Even though I'm going through these things, I'm gonna get through them. It was just the time where I had to sit down with myself and like realize the reality of life, learn from it, and moving on. It's really not easy, guys. It's not easy to adult. Life after school is not a walk in a park. It's not, you got that degree, that paper, you're happy on that day. You're really happy on that day because obviously you worked so hard for it, sleepless nights and everything like that. But when you realize after that graduation day, it is you and the world. It is you to face the world. It is you guys, you go to interviews, you just, everything is going to drain you. That's the reality of it. I wish people had actually told us is that if you have the ability to work while you're still studying, even if you're in high school, to work towards where you want to be, do it. If you have the ability to have money and save it while you're still at home, do that, because it's going to help you. I don't know how to emphasize this enough, but saving is very important, guys. It's really gonna help you. So if you feel that you have the abilities to actually work while you're still studying, do that, because the experience is something that you really need in the industry, in any industry. I must say, you really need that experience. I saw people on Twitter writing, oh, now you just graduated a year ago and you're expected to have 5 years experience in working. Yes, they expect you to have that, which is not realistic, because I mean, while I'm studying, it's so hard. I'm focusing on my studies and I have to focus on working, getting experience, because I understood while I was in the industry that The reason why they want experience is that when you get into the industry, what you do is really not what you've been doing at school. I'm going to explain that as well. Not that what you're studying might not, be beneficial, but it's really not how it is at school. So how things are done in the industry and how things are done in school are different. But your education now is going to assist you. It's like, when you make an example of something that is your pillar. So your studies are your pillar to actually, function in the industry. Going. So it is best that you do them both while you're still studying, so that you can get the jinx of it and also be aware of what you need to expect or what is expected of you when you finally get a job, if you want a job. So okay guys, that has been what's up in my life. I haven't been myself. I really couldn't just sit down in the camera and speak like I'm speaking right now. I had to sit down with myself and understand how my life is going now, the changes that were happening in my life, friendships that I've lost, and friendships that I've grown, and have new friendships as well. And like everything that has been happening in my life is just like a switch, because everything was happening too fast and I couldn't understand what was going on. I felt like wrong, man. There's actually something wrong. But to be quite honest, I'm really happy right now. I'm in a very good space in my life and I'm making decisions. Better things and new things are coming. I will be creating content once again, and I want you guys to really do support me, because you all gotta get the checks, honey. But to be quite honest, it was a really, really, really tough road. It was a roller coaster. It was something that I wouldn't want anyone to go through, because guys, I know our parents or people that are older than us, they don't really like specify or actually let us be aware of these things that we need to expect when we grow up. Because when I got to this point, I was just like, wasn't I supposed to graduate and then apply for a job and then get it? Why am I going to 9 interviews and I'm not getting a job? What is going on? Why are they telling me to get all of those things, now I have to pay this, now I have to get debit orders. Johnny, nobody told me about this. These are the things that we need to know like beforehand, so that you're prepared, so that you're aware. So what I'm going to say right now is couple of advices for people who still studying or not even studying and you're trying to build a career and whatnot. But what I'm going to say, guys, number one, whatever career you're trying to build, education is very important in that. If you're saying you want to be in the space of social media, be aware of the trends, be aware of what's going on, allow yourself to actually study of all the evolvings and everything, so that you can also grow yourself as a brand or grow yourself in general or your business. Number two, find a way to have your own business and whatnot, those kind of things. Those are things that no one will ever tell you about, but it's reality. Yo guys, but I'm gonna say what I have went through, I wouldn't want you guys to actually go through it. I want you guys to actually learn from this and understand like the reality of life and things that we go through and things that we find it hard to actually express or speak out. Because a couple of times people will be like, go, and you really cannot put it into words. Like you really cannot put it in words and say, hi boom, that's like, hey husband, this and this. No, like there are things in your life where you go through and you're just like, I don't know how to explain it. And then people are like, anxiety is real. It might lead to depression if you don't find help, if you don't find somebody to talk to, if you don't find someone to assist you. Working is the industry is a straining environment. You need to be strong. Like, it'll be tough. You need to be strong. You need to know what you want. You need to push every day. The only thing that's going to take you to where you want to be is consistency. If nobody has ever told you, I'm telling you right now, being consistent is going to get you where you want to be. No one else. Motivational speeches can be there, but it's not going to wake you up in the bed. You need to tell yourself, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to get this done. And that's it, because I know where I want to be. I know what I want. I was struggling with that, because one thing about anxiety, you're always constantly thinking. You're probably thinking about the negative things and the positive things. Not because you're not a positive person. No, it's just that what is happening right now in your life is showing you the negative, because it's so hard to be positive while you're going through a lot. I don't know if this video is gonna make sense, but this is like a venting situation, a venting video from me to you guys. Am I coming back to YouTube? I'm definitely not giving up on YouTube, guys. This is obviously my first video in September. I promise to be consistent where I can. I want to bring back the content that I used to, upload on YouTube, which is, the styling videos as well, my vlogs and whatnot. I want to come back into creating, and I think I'm fit enough, or rather say I am strong enough to come back and actually give you guys the content that you came here for. Thank you so much for subscribing. I am on the road to 3K. And yeah, guys, if you're new here, if you were just passing by and you felt like this video touched you, please do comment in the comment section. I will respond to everyone's comment. Please do give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. My nail broke, but yeah. And if you haven't subscribed, please do click on that subscribe button. I promise you it's for free and you won't regret it. Anyway, thank you guys once again. It was good. Till next time, till another video.